Well, the man who made the difference today, the man who attacked the racetrack from the get-go for Red Bull, is Mark Webber, and I'm not sure where he's making his way to here, but it looks like he could be pretty close to the swimming pool as everybody tries to push him in. The rumour that we're hearing is that Christian Horner's already been in there, and there goes Mark Webber as well.
It was Sebastian Vettel actually who went in, but I think Mark might be jumping.
Hey, look, he's happy. He's happy to go in there, isn't he? He's won the race, for goodness sake. He's moving everybody out of the way.
He's going for a backflip, isn't he? A bit of style after winning the Monaco Grand Prix. He wants some space there.
Of course he does. These are live shots that we're watching here of the Red Bull barge on the edge of the harbour. And why, if you're jumping in a swimming pool wearing your race suit, would you bother to take off your shoes first?
They're obviously a tried and tested, comfortable pair of race shoes.
Here we go.
And oh, look at that. He can't even manage to pull them in. You can't beat him on the racetrack. He can't manage to pull. He's having a bad weekend.
Poor old Sebastian. This looks like Mark's planned something here, though, doesn't it, Martin? Yes, he had planned something. Look at that, nice. A backflip into the pool. That's the way to celebrate in a place like Monaco, isn't it?
Yeah, go and bash your head or something like that at the end. Just what stars are made of. I think he should be in Cannes.
I tell you what's interesting, actually. We see these celebrations here. We saw the guys going wild in the garage when Mark managed to get pole position yesterday. After a tricky few races at the start of the year, it looks like a really happy and quite content ship at Red Bull, doesn't it?
Well, I was called to question by the same team, Red Bull, when I dared ask last weekend, did the wrong man win the race? And clearly I was told that not in any case, that it was Mark's to win, and he won it. And this has been endorsed even further to this weekend. The team looked so much at ease with themselves because they do know that they've got the car that really no other team at this particular moment can beat.
Look at this.
There's a picture I've never seen before. A Grand Prix winner with the trophy full of water. Interestingly, back in the days when I was winning here, it was the cheapest trophy on the season. It was about €250 to buy a replica. But it looks like that might be a slightly more expensive example now.
It's worth reminding the viewers that this swimming pool, that this is not at sea level. This is on top of their motorhome. Can you possibly get your head around that one?
This is just fantastic. It's one of the beautiful things, actually, about the F1 Forum, Martin, buying ourselves the extra time so these guys start celebrating. And as I say, these are live. We are right there with them. It's great, isn't it?
Well, they now lead both championships. They've had another one too. They've just, they're cooking on gas now, aren't they? Completely.
And in go the team. I wouldn't be surprised if before long we've got the entire Red Bull team in there. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. There's no keeping them out of the pool.
Marco go in there. That'll be a surprise.
Fantastic. Any concerns with regards to the races that are coming up for Red Bull, David? I mean, I suppose if they're going to have big brake issues, which is what we were talking about the last couple of races, they would have had problems here, and the car seemed fine when you consider that they did struggle here last year with their tyres.
Well, there is demands on the brakes here, that is for sure, but not as much as you'll see in Canada and Monza and the places where you have extremely high speed and a lot of energy going through that brake all the way down to the low-speed chicanes that we see on those tracks. Reliability is always an issue in Formula One. It's the balancing act of getting the performance and not carrying anything that is surplus to requirements. And that's something that Adrian and his team, whether it was at Williams, McLaren and now in Red Bull, has been fantastic at. And the downside is that occasionally you go through some pain.
You were a fundamental part of building that team. How are you feeling? Are you feeling pride, or are you feeling a bit of jealousy, or what, with Mark's result there? What's going through your mind right now?
I feel proud because I went through, as the team has done, the building years, if you like, restructuring, reinvesting in what was fundamentally a good team of people, and inevitably some of the areas were strengthened and some of the people, had to walk the plank. That's just the inevitable part of any restructure. But